I'm Dennis Gonsalves, and I grew up in Halaula, in Kohala, in the up camp. We were out way in up camp. And so I spent all my years up to my 8th grade year going to school at Halaula. Then from my 9th grade year, I went to the Kamehameha schools on Oahu. And I graduated from high school in 1961. After high school, I wanted to actually work on a sugar plantation. And so I went to the University of Hawaii and joined the HSPA, Hawaii Sugar Planters Association group, in which you train as an agriculture engineer and you come back to the plantation as a Luna. So I didn't want to be one of those that's not a Luna. If I come back, I want to be a Luna. But my sophomore year at the University of Hawaii, they discontinued the program. So I had to change my field. So I took up the agriculture in horticulture. And I finished my bachelor's degree at the University of Hawaii in 1965. Then I worked 1 year as a technician at the University of Hawaii on the experiment station on Kauai. And the person who hired me, he was a plant pathologist. His name was Eduardo Trujillo. So I went to Kauai and I worked, and I really did not know what I wanted to be. So I was there by myself. He was stationed in Oahu, and I'd be there myself, and he said, oh, you know, look at this and this and that. And so I wanted to identify this disease on papaya. And keep in mind, I just finished the University of Hawaii in horticulture. I had no experience in plant pathology. But he told me, oh, Dennis, you go read the books and figure out how to identify this. He thinks a virus disease. So I went to do that. But it's like anything else, you don't know what you want to do. So I read the books and I said, okay, how do I do this and this? And as I did the work to try to figure out what was causing this virus disease, that's when it became very clear to me that I wanted to do that kind of work, to be just like someone investigating the cause of a disease and so forth. And so my grade at the University of Hawaii when I was going to undergraduate wasn't very good. So one day I asked Dr. Trujillo, I said, you know, I need to learn more. Do you think I might be able to go to a master's degree? He looked at my grades and said, oh, Dennis, your grades are terrible. But somehow, and this philosophy has helped me. Somehow, he got me into graduate school. I applied for graduate school at the University of Hawaii for a master's degree in plant pathology, and I got accepted. So I never in my whole life thought I'd ever go to advanced degree. So I went to do a master's degree in plant pathology at the University of Hawaii. And in 1968, I got my master's degree. Then I was married with 2 little kids. So in August 1968, I had never ridden a jet plane, never gone to the mainland US. So our family went off to the University of California at Davis, where I pursued a PhD degree in plant pathology. And so you can see my career up to that time was actually mediocre from the grade standpoint, but there was one person, Dr. Eduardo Trujillo, who was a plant pathologist at the University of Hawaii, and he was my boss as a technician. And he saw something in me that he gave me a chance and recommended for me to go to graduate school as a master's degree Then I went up to for my PhD at the University of California, Davis, and got it at 1972. Yeah. So that's the short history of from Halaula and then up to where I went. And so by 1972, I finished my PhD. Then my first position was at the University of Florida as a plant pathologist. So I stayed at the University of Florida until 1977. I was an associate professor at that time. Then I went up to Cornell University in 1977, and as a plant pathologist, advanced to the ranks and so forth, and actually became an endowed professor at Cornell University. So I retired from Cornell in 2002 at the age 59, but I retired from there because I was contacted by the Agriculture Research Service to see if I was interested in a job at the Agriculture Research Service in Hilo at the Pacific Basin Agriculture Research Center. And Senator Inouye was heading the project to build a new facilities at that center. They had already initially started, but so I made the trek back from Cornell to Hawaii, and I became the director of that Pacific Basin Agriculture Research Center in Hilo. And there we directed all kinds of agriculture research. And then I retired in 2012.